Will this full moon in Leo, February 1st, 2026, bring you creativity, pride, and performance? Will it bring you self expression and creativity? Maybe it will bring you drama and passion. This full moon in Leo is the pre spark for the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius that's going to happen on February 17th. Perhaps you will experience romance intensity. I'm Pam, and welcome to your psychic crystal reading for this full moon in Leo, February 1st, 2026, for each of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So let's see what it's going to bring for you. And I'm starting with the element of earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You may be trying really hard to please somebody. You may be trying really hard to please yourself, but you could be trying hard to please somebody that you love and care about, or that their opinion matters to you. It could be a significant other, a romantic partner, or it could even be a teacher, a mentor, or someone else. This could drive up in the earth signs that they want to be their own boss, that they want to start their own company or business or some really cool creative project or endeavor. This full moon in Leo could like bridge some kind of gap where you start communicating and talking with people that you haven't seen or talked to for quite a while. They could be living at a distance. They could be generational gap in age between you, or they could live far away at a distance. Some of you earth signs will be helping somebody out of a jam, some kind of difficulty that they're in. Maybe their car breaks down, or they need a ride from the airport, or some issue. Maybe they need to come stay at your house because they're getting plumbing work done at their house. I don't know, but some of you will be helping someone out over the course of the next 2 weeks and even up to 30 days. But the energies will be the strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after the full moon. You could get honored in some way. Someone may want to give you an award or a reward. It could be a family member. Maybe they want to throw you a party. It could be somebody at work. It could be something coming from a town or some foundation or club group or organization you belong to that wants to honor you in some way. They may give you a plaque or write up some newspaper article or in a newsletter about you. Some of you earth signs will start to heal from something. So if you had surgery or you had a sickness or illness or some kind of treatment that was rough or difficult on you, this full moon in Leo is going to bring you a lot of healing. There could be something you do. It could be a creative project. It could be something you make that's going to capture people's attention. Could be in writing. It could be a song. It could be something you build out of wood or make out of metal or write. I don't know what it is, but something you're going to create in some way will capture people's attention. And if you have your own business, this could draw people to your business or to want to hire you. So here are the 3 cautions for the earth signs. You may be impatient. You have to remember you can't get everything you want right away. So you could be frustrated. There could be something that you purchased, you have to wait a long time to get, or you want somebody to do something you need them to do, and they may tell you they're going to do it, but they maybe can't do it right away. So you could feel like impatient from that. You have to be very careful of your words, earth signs, because over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days, you could say something that really instigates people. So, you could be saying it as a joke, but you could fire somebody up and they could feel like you're like you're poking a bear with a stick. So you could get somebody mad. Maybe you're trying to do it, but I get instigating somebody. But some of you are just joking around and that could happen. Some of you could have issues with your stomach. You could get a stomach bug, a stomach flu, or it could be a reaction to something you eat. So have things on hand that you know can combat stomach problems. Maybe you want to get different pharmaceutical products or natural remedies or whatever that can soothe like an upset stomach or a stomach like if get sick. You need to have those things on hand to help you. So I hope this reading was of help to you and I hope it made sense. Now on to the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This full moon in Leo could make the water signs do things double time. So if you're normally work at like a measured or, pretty good pace, you're going to be revved up from this energy. You could get a lot done, especially if you have to clean or, do work at a company or business you work for or for your own business. You're going to get things done lickety split, double time, uh, getting things done in double time, quicker. Some of you water sign people could have someone be impressed by you or put you on some kind of pedestal. So this could be coming from friends or family or a love partner. Uh, could even be if you deal with the public, people out in the world, they like something you're doing and they could really elevate you and put you on a pedestal. Some of you water signs are going to buy something, and it could be big, either big, large or big, expensive, but I feel you're going to return it. Either you're going to get it and you're going to feel like it fell short, didn't meet your expectations, or you might just have the feeling like I shouldn't have bought this. So I spent too much money. Some of you water signs may see somebody that you used to date and see them again. And it could be on another date, but maybe you dated them long ago. Or maybe you're just going to run into them or see them, but you don't date them again. But you could run into or spend time with or date somebody you dated with in the past. These energies can last the day of, the day before, and the day after. The full moon will be the strongest, but they can last for 2 weeks and up to 30 days. Some of you are going to get something taken care of, like if you had any kind of warts, moles, anything on your skin, if you had any problems with your sinuses. I hear you're going to get something, some of you will get something cauterized. So that could be something that needs to be removed or, I don't know, but I get you getting something cauterized. This moon, this full moon could really just make the water signs feel very exuberant and happy. It could just elevate your mood. You could feel very uh, upbeat and positive. Especially for some of you, if you had something that got reviewed, like your job performance or a review or like something you put out there into the world that people could comment and review. I feel like you're going to get good reviews. It could be an employee, a work review. Some of you will make an announcement that you're clearing the deck and you're selling a house. So you may make an announcement on the newspaper or to friends and family, and you may be getting rid of stuff. So part of the announcement could be like, I'm clearing the deck, I'm getting rid of this stuff. If you want any of it, come over and get it because I'm not moving all this stuff. Because some of you, the announcement is that you're going to be buying a new home or you're moving. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the water signs. Water signs have to be careful in 2 ways of tripping up. You got to be careful you don't trip up when you're saying something and there's something that's a secret or could be offending to somebody, uh, or you don't have all the facts yet and you could trip up and spill some beans you really shouldn't. Or you could trip, literally trip over things. So watch your footing. Watch out for especially extension cords, electrical cords, ropes, and wires, because I feel like that's really what you could trip over. Oh, no, this is not a good one. I'm sorry. I don't like this one at all. Some of you are going to smell something that smells like it's rotting or dead. And I feel it's either a dead animal in your walls, in your basement, in your attic, under your crawl space, or somewhere around your home. But it's going to really smell horrible. So I hope you can find it and get it out, get it away, or have somebody come and remove it because it's going to stink really bad. Some of you water signs need to be careful because I see you putting pressure on somebody that doesn't deserve it. And they may be under a lot of stress and pressure and things could be happening with them that they can't really deal with or take. And if you're putting this stress and pressure on them, it's really unfair. They're not going to be able to take it or deal with it, and they don't really deserve it. The pressure you're putting on them maybe should really be directed to someone else and not the person you're doing it to. So be conscious of who you are putting pressure on over the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. And if you're interested, I have my eclipse effects from the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, February 17th, 2026. Psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings are available. If you want to see how this eclipse is going to affect your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, those videos are available on my Vimeo on-demand videos and on my Patreon shop. Those links are down below underneath this video in the description box. Also, you might want to check out if you're interested in looking into your love life, you might want to get my big love readings for 2026 for singles and couples for each sign of the zodiac. Over the years, I've had people tell me that actually their Venus sign really was speaking to them in the love readings. So if you know your Venus sign, you might want to get that, but get whatever normally resonates with you on my YouTube and Rumble readings if you want to get big love readings. Also, my psychic crystal readings for February 2026 are available, and they are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I do every month. So if you want to see what my guides had to say for you for February, in addition to the tarot readings, you might want to check them out. So now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This full moon in Leo is bringing the fire signs to come to a point of big conclusions of what needs to end and what needs to begin in their lives. Your passion and love or sexual intensity could really increase greatly for you from the energies of this full moon. And you could get into an intimate sexual relationship with somebody very quickly. Or if you're already coupled, those things could be intensifying for you the day before, the day of, and the day after the full moon in Leo, and for the next 2 weeks and even up to 30 days. If there was something that you started before, you stopped it, you may pick it up and begin it again. So if you are a fire sign that had a business before and you was running and working and then you stopped it and closed it down, you could begin it again. Or it could be a hobby or a diet or an exercise routine, something you did before and you were, vigilant about doing it, you put it aside. This full moon in Leo is going to have you pick it back up and do it again. This full moon could make some of you fire signs want to change your hair or do something different with your hair or your appearance in some way. Doesn't just have to be hair related, but for some of you, it will be. Some of you fire signs are going to get news of some kind of sweeping change that's going to affect either the company or business you work for, or like uh, maybe even involving rules, laws, regulations, or any kind of protocols. Like, you're going to get news of this and it is going to make changes occur in your life. But I feel like this is positive. I don't feel this turns out to be something negative. Some of you, a new romance is going to pop up from this full moon in Leo. This is kind of a weird message, but I get that some of you fire signs are going to delete people on your social media profile or platforms or wherever you're on, but you have new ones coming in. I don't know if that's why you're deleting them or what, but they may be people you're not friends with anymore, you don't see anymore. Uh, I don't know the reason, but I get you deleting people from your like social media profiles or friends groups or whatever, but new friends are coming in. So here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs. You have to be careful, fire signs. You're going to let your guard down about somebody that you maybe trusted before, and then you found out they were a rat and you couldn't trust them. And then you're going to don't trust them again, because I feel like you could do that. And that's a big no-no because they haven't really changed and something will be repeated. This is a weird prediction too. Some of you fire signs are going to start talking to somebody, but they're not who you think they're talking to. And it's not good that you do that. Maybe it's going to be text message. Maybe you're going to be texting somebody and you're like, oh, I'm texting my friend. And you're telling him some like really interesting comment or secret. But really, you're texting the person you don't want to get that message. It could be like that, because otherwise I don't know how you're not going to know who you're talking to, but or if it's somebody that just looks really similar and you've seen them face to face and you think you're talking to somebody and it's not the person you think. I don't know, but that comes up. So be really careful of that. Some of you really need to pay attention if you have plants in your home or plants or things in your yard or garden that are going to be wilting and dying, that you need to take care of them. Like, maybe you can prevent this from happening. Now, if it's winter where you are, that might be, maybe you can't prevent it. It could be unpreventable. But for some of you that you can, try to save the plants and anything that's growing like that could be really suffering, wilting, and dying. Maybe they need fertilizer or more sun or more water. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The air signs could get some kind of big spark of interest. And I see it going two different ways. Your spark of interest could be some creative endeavor or project, but it could also be a spark of interest in a romantic partnership with someone. This will be a great energy for the air signs if there's something you need to learn, something you need to study or learn. I feel like you're going to catch on to it really quickly. So taking any classes or learning stuff on your own, it will go well for you. You'll be successful. This could be an energy where some of you air signs want to bring people together. If you have people in your life that have been at odds with each other, you may want to be the mediator and patch things up and bring people together. Or it could possibly mean if you want to have some kind of gathering or party where you could bring people together for a party or gathering. This could be a full moon where some of you air signs either take things out of boxes and storage that are old and repurpose them, or you get rid of them. This could be a full moon that brings in an energy of someone wanting to hire you for a specific job, or, like it could be a full-time job, but it could be like a short-term gig or instance where somebody wants to hire you. You could get a really neat gift. Somebody could give you something that's really cool, quirky, unique. So you could get a really cool gift the day before, the day of, the day after the full moon in Leo. This is when the energy is the strongest, but it can last for 2 weeks and up to 30 days. If you had something that got suspended, a license, a permit, or a website, or maybe your account on some social media platform got suspended, I feel like you get it back now. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. This full moon in Leo, the air signs really need to be very, very careful of infections and diseases and germs. So make sure you're washing your hands, keep your house really clean. Uh, I don't know, whatever you can do. Disinfect your car, wipe your steering wheel down. If you want to start your own business, or if you already have one, there could be people that want to invest in your business and give you capital, more capital. You could get some really important information that could come to you where there is something that you need to know gets told to you. It could be a secret or time sensitive or important information that once you get it, you're going to be like, wow, thank God I got that information because it's really going to be helpful. So some important news, information, or secrets could come to you around the full moon or for the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. You have to be careful of not being too hypersensitive about people getting on your nerves because, maybe at another time, things people are doing and saying wouldn't get on your nerves, but for some reason, this full moon in Leo, you may find that people are saying and doing things that really set you off. And that's not good for your system. It's not good for your energy. It's not good mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically. So don't let people get on your nerves or get under your skin. Try to do physical exercise or distract yourself some way. You have to be careful of taunt, muscles, ligaments, tendons. You could hurt yourself if you try to do some kind of like jogging, running, doing some kind of like tennis, I don't know, basketball, something you haven't done in a while or that you don't normally do. If you don't stretch, you're going to pull something and then it's going to hurt you for like weeks. So be careful of that. You have to be careful of 2 things here mixed into one. Don't make mountains out of molehills. So if something irritates you or gets you fired up, you know, it may not be that big of a deal. So don't, if it's a small little thing, try to blow it off. Don't make mountains out of molehills. Also, at the same token, don't exaggerate. If you have to tell a story or tell some important news or information, keep it simple and factual. Don't let yourself get into the trap of like over inflating or exaggeration because it's going to make you look bad. So just keep that in mind. So I hope these messages were of help to you and I hope they made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for your likes and shares and subscribing and for your kind comments. I do truly appreciate it. And all those things help this channel grow. And when you can hype the video, that really does help as well. So I do appreciate all of that. And you can follow me on my social media pages if you want to see other predictions and messages that may be interesting to you that come from my spirit guides. I post these things on my Facebook. I post them on X and on the YouTube community posts. So you may want to follow me in those areas. And if you want to make a donation to this channel, if you want to help me out and keep this channel going, there is a donation link down below and it's connected to PayPal. I do appreciate your donations. They do mean a lot to me and they do help a lot. Also, if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below this video in the description box, and many of these links are also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope you have absolutely amazing energy that comes to you from this full moon in Leo, February 1st, 2026. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.